Chumdum gombo jawara yang la shang zang lu. Ganga lu zhu dum nye dum zha nye da nam da ra za wei. Chen nye dong gan chen shen su she nye ji da ga ra lo. Yang da zhi bi zhuang ra ma ru men du dung ra jie zi. Ra so gan la wa zhi da zi yang la dum jie yang da. Zhu de ra jie zhong nye mo nye lo le jie zhang zhong dong za. Maru maze dungmaram yaga chanye chomza raja. Sabjin da zo yonda le zo jaje do. Shudra jada jani janjin dan. Munziran jawara yang lan da da. Umara baza narda, umara baza narda, umara baza narda, umara baza narda, umara baza narda. Umara baza narda, 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 umara baza umara baza narda, 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 umara baza narda. Tirda jijim jera ozira je dalu dama mamba rapsa ne kwadam damjo jole nomba. Ubi nawa jeta so nyaji jimbo tsoda nyingme zhang zone molo jimbo ngajat agar dangan zandu shamado tumba dikje jala zhanzar lo. Oya teni chuji chokbo nambala ngato delage.
Old Dharma friends here this morning.
Tani ngarang tsu chuchi shat jete tani chuchi shat pi tangbo tani tamchi ki shanship shoda sem ki gore.
So we are going to begin with the teaching now, but before we do so, everybody please make an aspiration of what achievement.
Tani namki karchip ko semchin tamchi namka tanyambi semchin tamchi titini nge yara sangji ga salam gopa yana semchin tamche tharwa thopi tondo tani ngaranga tani sangji drip yin ngaranga sangji ga kompang drip yin di tondo tani nge chuchin de nyang yin samni tani sam gore.
And in making this aspiration, we need to think that we strive to attain Buddhahood in order to establish other beings in the state of Buddhahood or assist them in their liberation.
Aya teni tanga zum chuje papchir rinpoche ga teni tongta warsam de gi tam songwa di nang la ta zo de teni papa shenre zi teni gomlig teni song do papa shenre zi gomlig tang teni papa shenre zi ke nyimba teni yeke chigma ndonlig te song do te na tin ndonlig te la ta nga cho khar sang kong de tapa go ni ndonlig tang teni nyangje go ni ndonlig te ni po de kong de sar chung kong de song sar song.
So the focus of Palchu Rinpoche's the propitious speech from the beginning, middle and end is meditation practice on Chenresig and how to go about reciting his mantra. So yesterday we talked about how we can go about approaching his practice and chanting his mantra with an attitude of devotion and as well with an attitude of compassion.
Tani ta terang dani mar jirne dang tani lamtong te niki go ne tani papa shane zika nyimba ndonlik te songare.
And today we are going to go on looking at how we can engage in Chenresig practice and reciting his mantra from the point of view of shamatha meditation and as well as from an insight or vipassana meditation.
Oya tatini kapsanga goni mara inna tani iki dongse o tomen korwan chamni tapanchet jipshi digdu soni chitparan cham digtong nyanim thorjang shaksim ki tobje changwi ngani yikchik dong soni ta nga so shertang digpa margiwa shakna tani dorji sengpa tani top jig gone dorji sempa tani gumne tani om banzar sato hong ziata yana yike japa yigya donne tani digdib tani jangwa tani shekare namjin na cho tani shekare tani shina pe yakbo halebaga tani shen chimbo tani top chimbo re tani papa shanez gomne tani teyang tani tobje changwi gone tani digba shagna yang tani janja re chigba re teyang chokore.
Usually when we engage in confession practice, we do so using Vajrasattva practice. In this practice, we confess our wrongdoings in order to purify our accumulated past negative karma. We recite the 100-syllable mantra and we apply the 4 opponent forces. This is a very excellent practice to do. And it's also possible that we can confess our wrongdoings in the same way using Chenresig as our support deity rather than Vajrasattva.
Dangzan jin biblo the street pi get tesla li tong long should give it so yarm chot marvjin konde kanlan dolla kalamo kinzin jangji kerla yigdu dong sanji kanji ngo lama ji kadan sanji kanle lapim gun lama shenre zidang yermet dat pi dong shik kerla yigdu dong dvshang lamgum kubjim ngon devchit wang jib dagni lama shenre z Ransim Lamarashina, Wangshir Zok, Rang Tup Nangni, Yigdug Dung, Korwa Nawa Zamti, Lognami, Natal Harishina, Zantun Zok, Tahnang Wangjin, Rola, Tishif Kurn, Korwa Tongtungani, Yigdug Dung, Yerem Nam Chang, Mama, Lumanket, Dershachigum, Java Kanjang, Kana Nawa Tiji, Chimbushka, Natal Haki Ngani, Yigdug Dung, Dibjud Nyendub, Lerng, Tupatsam, Chikchut yike chikpa chujida, datang papi, sondang damdar mit, tachtong ngak sishipi yikchik jong, dumni namtok, jena namtok, nyamtok ji, rangna wandan dina drabgaktal, chotan, sendar solmzat, shariyazik, lebjil hin, ngani yikchik jong, gangshirak torma, shatrum drolla ngu, nantong kanang sa, atini chik chantik, yike dina chanzik kare, nantong kanang, Satsa, oh, yeah. Nantong Ganang Satsa, Salandip Zio Sare, oh, the answer. A Nimil Lapshak Semit Golan Sal, Chushul Yon Zongani, Yutu Dong, Jirdang Dao Shambam Sonjin Dul, Tul, Rutugan Kornarji, Tapki, Tapijan La Nyamto Lotormu, Sendi Ler Zongani, Yutu Dong, Denjin Rogan, Jen Mid Melaftak, Darnau Densig Nyambu, Chuki Tit. Soksak rorjak serb xsarda hu xjinbu gerzog ngani yigtig dong tatpi watsa nyamlin chulgurtsat darnang chimda jenluk wo thang jok nyar jibo mo khamsam wagmarabshin sunbu chizog ngani yigtig dong natsat thirwa lagti din permit korder namtok chamti logna me namtok shatur shina salam zok rolg naji ngani yigtig dong Rangsim Ruston Nime Churking, Mabju Nimur, Jagna, Rangsaran Chat, Shermi Chichun, the she chosen, Ruston Jembra Jola, you took Dong, a nipit, Oyatati, and Chetit, any Mambos, the song that so Tamchipot, any Namdrunk, Goni Mambo song, as a Donna, this Chipari don't do, the Nata, Ona, Shapati, Par. Jemunda o tendigen de tinanga so ona yo piteni tsaka kashi ga tone de jamna de kong la yo pati so parchir shinro sare.
So the verses that Kempo has just read contain many different categories, but they can probably all be summed up or easily understood by going into more detail with a few key terms in the verses below.
Tani ola yo pitsaka kashiti tani journée dans l'entong gum jablik tani na chimbo zitini songan de tena tani tsama ga semla yambo jaroji.
And in the verses that come now are some very important key points regarding shamatha and vipassana meditation. So everybody please listen well.
Onebi tanen giver jimtat choton giving on the onebi rang or two, onenja nimit tamal shibartion, searching yamjing on a you to drone zone dati the thought in his journey, gomnet in his journey, on it and in Papa Sherry's gombat and in Papa Sherry's nimbandon, then there is a song on the goose.
So in the verse that begins with calm stillness mind cut following moving thoughts, this verse is describing approaching Chenre Sig practice and chanting, reciting his mantra with shamatha meditation, or on the basis of shamatha meditation.
Tani nga tsu namgin inna tani ta journey ti ziyade countries la zina namgin inna nga tsu simte tani perna jamso barlab jinda tani sem kana la namtok damanda mambo yung kap se gewa ga namtok tani kap se marge wa ga namtok tani ga namtok mambo tani ta yung re te simte tani mar ne jewa ga ne thap tani ta ne mepa tani zre tani Di indi tini nga tsu sim di tini perna jamso go bar laptawa tini namtok mambo ti yo sona de nga tsu gom jab go nanda samlo tang go nanda gangin na yakbo zi yung go mare tini indi sim di tini namtok mepa zi ka nga la tini ndoji di tangbo kar chimbo re.
So first to talk about shamatha meditation, our minds, as they are in their ordinary state, are very tumultuous, like an ocean with many waves. Our thoughts, some of them virtuous, some of them non-virtuous, continue to arise. And so our minds are very far from still or calm. And in this turbulent state, it's difficult to meditate, it's difficult to contemplate. And so this is why it's necessary to bring the mind into calmness.
Tani journey gomsrtela tini gomluk mambo zindug tini nga tso nyantu ulgla tini thagman thagba chonga nyantu ulgla tini gomsrte tini ngomba mzota teso nala mambo tini te sondug teso thamche potarta pena nga tso bok ina teso ta jachimbo zte nyamnim chega mare ti bok di pecha nala nyantu thagman ge tini gom jablug journey gomluk teso chama yo chama yore chasang yore ta Tani bokina chimboz nyamnim shega mandugte zote macho tani nyantu chogo ta perna Thailand Barman to sola yung kan nyantu nam ka tarta yang te nyamlim yakbo shega yori tinala jani gomsar mambondus.
There are many different methods of shamatha meditation, and shamatha meditation practice is primarily found in the basic vehicle or the listener vehicle of Buddhism. There are many different meditation practices that are described in the Abhidharma literature, and whilst these practices are present in the scripture, the Tibetan canon, nevertheless, shamatha practice is not something that's widely engaged in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. It's something that's primarily emphasized in the Buddhist traditions of places like Burma and Thailand.
Tani nga tso bok chugu nala te jirni gomsar mambo songware ta mang chishu te teni sangha teni likshre tapshi sangha ka ligre teni sangha ka te liggi teni jirni gomya te ga teni nga tso bok ina tso te gom gundur.
So in Tibetan Buddhist practice, there are, even though shamatha practices exist in the scriptural tradition, nevertheless, most of the goals of shamatha practice or shamatha practice is achieved through meditation methods in the Vajrayana, of the Vajrayana sort.
Sangha ka tani pardo tikchit rawa pardo tikchit rawa tindi nangla yenna tani jirni gomsar mandrawa chiksum tani chigri shini gomluk mandrawa chiksum yore.
In the Tibetan Book of the Dead, for example, there are 13 different shamatha practices that are outlined.
Teni teso tsangma ta teni nyamsa len na te nga tso musu tang si na teni 자바였나 되니 자와 마인바 켐바였나 되니 무스였나 되니 냠슬린나 되니 냠슬린 축축 되니 배 서로 되니 상마 되니 송요래.
And it's very clearly said that anyone can engage in these practices, regardless of whether they are monks or ordained practitioners or lay practitioners.
Teni shirtang jani gomserti thola teni jachimbu shini teni long mambo chang teni rigpa mambo goni jani gomser teni halipa yabu ta ji long dang rigpa goni mambo teni jachimbu teni songyong khent teni je lama ga teni je chongkha pa ga lamrum ga teni jani ga nangla te pe geba yore.
And in terms of scriptural explanation or textual explanation of the shamatha meditation method, Tsongkhapa's explanations are very thorough.
Tani tan di nangla songbate teni long mangbo ta rigba mangbo ta teni jachimbo teni nyokta chimbo teni songyo mare tabdipo shini mangna bo onnat bo shini ta jane gom songyo res.
In his work, he doesn't explain or doesn't set out or communicate shamatha meditation in a way that is very complicated and elaborate. He sets it out in a way that is very easy to be understood, in fact, almost like a set of practice pith instructions on shamatha practice.
Tanita 언니 비상니 give 짐트 추자야 돼 간디 레즈나 가초 셔당 아랑초 심드 남긴이나 되네 가초 심디 남톡디 되니 시로라 어즈기나 자이나 되니 지이나 로이나 노르나 가초 시로 근직틴 디톨라 삼로만 보탕네 티 야포레 야포 마레 되니 라라 각 라라 드 되니 그때니 삼로만 보 땅그 마톡 바드니 코랑 랑디 간다진
Usually, in terms of our minds, we're very fixated on phenomena in the outside world, sense phenomena, things we see, sounds we hear, touches we feel, tastes we taste, etc. We're primarily concerned with assessing whether they are good or not, whether it's something we want to achieve or not. We spend relatively less effort and time on understanding the nature of these thoughts themselves.
Te matsa nga chu simkhum rikpa ta charik ta te so na la tarong nga chu simje te gangi yang ha ko yo mare chi khashi ge na la pa chi re je khashi ge mare je te ri ja ma so ban ra man ro yab ni de ma to ba tarong simje te nguni kang gang lan zum mo chu go te yang ha ko yo mare.
What actually the mind is something that scientists and philosophers have a lot of debate about. It is not conclusive from their point of view what the mind is. Some say it's the brain, some say it's not. In any case, it's very difficult to point the finger exactly at what the mind is.
Dele jamba ga teni jiktim pa teni musu yena engarang su simte la tinni teni shiro ne teni nga so shisha mambo shig yore shisha mambo la teni shapa jab go yore shisha mambo teni tan la phab go yore riti teni ti nga so shisha mambo teni shi denkheng ga teni ngubo de khorang de kanjiyen teni nga so samlo yang tang go yo mare shi go mare.
In general, regardless of who we are, philosophers, scientists, even just normal people, we know a lot about the external world. We are constantly analyzing and categorizing. However, insofar as what these the essence of these judgments and thoughts we make about the external world actually are, this is something we don't know.
Penang arang cho mungni pote la tani mungni pote la tinni tini shiror ko tini zig mambo thonggo yore ti zig chebon thonggo chongchong thonggo yon jamata mambon thonggo yore riti inna tini arang cho ko muk khorang ga nangla kan ri nga cho muk thonggo mare.
If we take the example of our eyes, using the sense organ of our eyes, it's possible to perceive all kinds of images, big, small, of different kinds of shapes. But while it's possible for us to use our eyes to see all of these things, we are not able to use our eye to look into itself to see what it is like.
Tani nga tsu semdi tani shilokla shibsha mambo shina korang ma shiwi jimtsendi kangrezina tani korang nga tsu semdi tani tsawani shi matumkan 시지 자와니 멘큰 드리즈레즈나 데 마레지 디 짐슨지 마레 오나 짐슨 강레즈나 응아랑촌 남진 티니 셈기 티니 실로라 삼로 땅데 마토바 코랑 간디레즈니 덴디가 삼로 마땅 짐슨지 레즈 간티 삼로 땅나가 저 셈데양 간디지 하고 그래.
And in terms of our mind is the fact that we use our mind to perceive and judge things in the outside world, but seldom use it to look back on itself. Is this due to the fact that the mind is incapable of doing this, incapable of looking into itself? No, this isn't the reason. The reason that the mind doesn't look back or look into itself very much is because we don't use it in this way very often. We're not in the habit of directing it to do this.
Oya tini tanga chu terang di nangla pena pa ma osar langa tini lo ma tini lo sum lo trik tini la tini gom jab ni tini tharshin chan gom jab chanken tini mambu yore te so inna ta nga gom mambu jab yo jire tini yang nga chu khak chig ta nga gom tini chembo jab menken tini yang yo jire.
So today among us there are obviously some students of Pema Wurseling who have completed long retreat periods of 3 or up to 6 years, and then there are also students probably who are beginners, newcomers to Buddhism.
Teni ta tinji indi nga chu terang ni nga chu su pe na tini ta nga yan chu gom jab mamnyung ken tinji yin na teni tarang ni terang ni zone ta su rang sim kandiyin teni te charchud ni teni te tago yores.
So if you are someone who has never practiced meditation before, then from this point on, it's extremely important to look into what, in fact, the nature of the mind is.
Ta tinji indi nga chu sim te la teni ti mukta ti nawa ta te so ta manja ba teni kwarang rang la teni chachu chi yore te kang rezina pela nga chu muk inna teni jamban thongore ma to teni kwarang thong ma re tinji je te inna nga chu sim ti te tang manja ba teni kwarang ga shulok la teni samlo ta na shulok ko teni chu mangbo shibsha mangbo kharang ga shithap kare teni nang la samlo ta na yang kwarang yang kanji yin teni kwarang ga shithap kare te nga chu sim te la teni chachu janda manja ba teni yore.
The one characteristic that distinguishes our mind from our other sense organs, such as our eyes and our ears, is that in addition to being able to look outwards and perceive phenomena and information in the outside world, it's also able to look back into itself and perceive the inside of itself.
Teni nga chu ta semti teni kandis ga goni seha go rezina teni nga chu mukta ti thong ma re nawa ga nyan yang teni ha go ma re lakpa ga nyang na yang teni nga chu sim ha go ma re teni changrik pa ga nga chu la pa ga teni ngurkyul la teni ti sim la teni chi te re te ma re jin dipchi jab ko yo re te ti jang teni ha go yo ma re te na so changma nguni chang teni ta ha go na. So if
we're going to try to find out what the mind is really about, then this is not something that we are going to be able to do by looking at it with our eyes or listening to it with our ears. And even scientists who apply all kinds of machines and apparatus to test the mind in order to find out about it, this is not going to be the only way. This is not going to be a conclusive way of finding out about the mind either. What's necessary is that the individual engage in meditation practice, to look into their own mind and find out in order to discover what it is and how it works.
Oya teni tanga so semti teni shologla par martani nangla ser tawide kapse korang kanji re samne ngaso te da Neba maung ba teni te tarta ga chu mambo la samlo matang ne korang kanji re samni lamsang ser lone jitawi nerkabna teni korang ga te nerkab ni ma to yo mare teni ti nane kangrong zon tongore ze te korang ga nerkab jena teni ta korang ga nesr ni kangrong zon tongore te ma to jamba yo mare chite kangre jena chite nam to yaran ram chu de yong ken ta tere ti nerkab tere Nipa de Gangrezina teni namtok mambo meni korang teni pena jamso na la chirlab mepa rabo shini jambo shini de yopi ne kaptere teni ni makto yo mare.
If a person turns toward their mind and abides in a state of calmness without generating thoughts about the past, about the present, or about the future, then there are primarily only two things that they are going to observe. The first is a state of thoughts arising, and the second potential state they may observe is one where no thoughts are arising, so like an ocean surface without waves.
Teni korang ga semti korang ga teni korang rang nyamsim yongni teni shibi kapse teni yana korang namtok Kang mepa tindi shini jambu shini te de dibi nerkvare te tena tela nepa zeni tindi zegore nepa res.
So when someone abides in this state of calmness, experiencing their own mind for themselves, then this is what we refer to as stillness.
Tani nipa ti kangre zena tani namtokti korang kandi shekendo zene shik tawi nekabna tani namtok mambo chuni tani tati nala gewa ga namtok margewa ga namtok tani tondak yonken tondak menken tani jama mambo chik jila tani jamso cherlab rabo shini jamso cherlab tani chik tani pantaka pengori ten rawo shini namtok mambo chuni dedegori te tenji nerkab tere ti nerkab tela tani ngewa yanam chowa
If we are abiding in this state and many thoughts generate, some of a virtuous nature, some of an unvirtuous nature, some that are meaningful, some that are meaningless, generating in a continual succession, like waves in the ocean that continue to crash upon each other, then this kind of situation is what we refer to as movement.
Oda ngacho rangtini semde kandire samne tini teni samlo tangjana ta samlo tang zega mare te so de korang nyamnyung go ni nyams nyona tini te nipo ma tok ba tini jamba yo mare.
So if one turns to thinking about what the nature of the mind is, or rather not thinking about it but directly experiencing it, then these are the only two states that one could encounter, one of either stillness or of movement.
Ta tendi indi ti kapsanga so semte country shekendo samne teni nangla chitawi ne kabna karti sim korang namtok mambu mene ta jambu shini de ne kabzula thsona teni ni pitane zia teni te ne pazi kitela teni thkson te dam chat ne kab te dam chat song bare.
So if one looks into one's mind and finds it in a state of calmness without thoughts arising, then they will have encountered a state of stillness in their mind.
Tani ta ti tani kandishe gozena ta ani pitani ngewer jimtan chotse ta karte semoneni tindi de yona teni semte neni ndo to moto ta ti thola teni naptok mambo chikjila yongati mar jadne teni mepashine teni jambu ti thola ne thmat taya tepshe gore ze ta nga cho ne semde kandishe ndo samdi chi ta yongdi ni ma tong ro sa yo mare yang na nam tok mambo che yo re yang na nam tok ma chi ni tin jambo shini de yo re ni ma tong ro sa yo mare garti ti ni ki nani chipo ma tong ro sa me chikti garti nga sun sem nang la nyam ja pine kam na tani nam tok mambo me pi ne kam tin re ni de yo na oya tati thoni de ni nam tok mambo choya te phat cha to mo to ta ni ti thoni ndu to ta go re.
So if we come to rest in our mind and we find it in a state of calmness and equanimity, then we should seek to abide in this state. And in abiding in this state, watch the nature of our mind in this state of stillness. And if thoughts should arise from this state, then we cut them, attempting to continue to remain in a state of stillness and calmness.
Tani titone ni gona ta nga so tela tapsis go re ma to ba tapsi mena tini nga so titone ni etapta go re zena tini to condition ni etapta go te ha go yo mare te na tela tapsis yo res.
It's necessary, though, if we are going to remain in this state of calm abiding, that we have a method to assist us in abiding in this state. Just simply trying to do it without having a method at our disposal will be very difficult.
Oya ta tapsi telange tari kona shapan ra ore pe nga so pardu tik thi ka na la na tapsi chiksam ra o ti mambo song re tarong ti jang cha ka mare mambo na na ha lipa mambo re da nga so journey dipsarti tapsi ha lipa mangshu ti ni sang ka na la yo re te indi nga so boba ge na journey dipi kap se ti nyan thu ti ni ta na la yo pi journey mambo dipsarti ko so te la to na chimbo trek maybe jimsen de yang te re.
And in terms of the methods that are available to us, there really are a vast number. Aside from the 13 methods that I mentioned before, there are other numerous methods in the Vajrayana tradition, and actually it's due to the plentiful nature of shamatha meditation methods or techniques in the Vajrayana tradition that Tibetan Buddhist practitioners generally don't adopt or pursue the shamatha meditation techniques in the Theravada tradition.
Tani tati nala nga so tab depo shini shiadna gang rezida shirtang tapsi kashi yodik tapsi chikde gang rezina nga so ta muki tangbo nga so mukti jila nga so semten ro reze mukti yuta muta mambo shede na muk jisa nga so semte de ro re te indi tini mukti tini chik tola tani tini she go reze yang me kashi ga tini muk she na tini yang ta jamra mambo thong re te mambo thong di tini ta semla na tok mambo che ndu tini te sem yakbo shini de thap ko mandu samne tini muk zum ne tini gom jam kan tini yo re ta yana muk zum na te yakbo yo mari mukshi go re yinna yang mukshi na yang tini mukshi charvi jini tini ti par mozrona ta parndrona parta sarjona sarta tini she de na tini sim ne thap ko mari te yana muk tini nga cho tasa chik thola ta ni tini ta de go re.
In general, our mind, our thoughts follow our eye sense. So the various things that we perceive around us looking this way and that, our mind follows after them, and then thoughts arise. So it is for this reason that one technique of shamatha meditation is to focus our gaze on a single object. Many people feel that actually keeping the eyes open causes their minds to wander, and therefore think that during meditation it's better to keep one's eyes closed. This actually isn't the case. We need to keep our eyes open. However, we focus on a single object in front of us.
Deni ta ti muk deni tasaschi la ta gona te gari la ta go rezena deni ta ti nala kashi ti nala tasa kashi ores chikte pe na nga chu ta nga chu soso hungon la yo pi deni don ja ta shang ja ta yang na te mai bi remon ja ti kang la ta na te chokore ti la ta ne muk te la ta ti sem yang te la ta ne teni sem gona la jam ra mambo masam ne mug nipo da semdang je ba changma tini chig tola tini partani tini shini tini nduluk o tini gomjablik jerne gomluk ziyang yori te jerne gomluk chigre.
So one technique is to focus our gaze on some kind of image or object in front of us. It could be a stone, it could be a picture, it doesn't really matter. In any case, we focus both our gaze, our vision, as well as our mind single-pointedly on the object in front of us and remain concentrated on it. This is one potential technique.
Teni nga su poko lama so nala kashi te la gagba jabiyore tago ta nga su do da shang da tindi la tani jane gomna te yakbo mare te gomsri yang tak ba mare zini te gagba jam kan tindi yore re te inna ta te nga su le tangbo pa so tindi shina teni yakbo yore zi le tangbo pa so tindi shina gom jam na tab debo yore chik te re ni te pe na nga su tarta na te 지 잠반이를 자꾸 곰잡 댕켄 텐디 미망보 스디니 다 납쇼라 아메리카 단도 소나라 두아 테 테순라오 이나 코란솔라 페나 지 슐라타파 용켄 멘켄 잠라 망보렌두 테나 페나 슐라타파 멘켄 텐디지나 데니 쿄랑가 상지 곰고레 거르름보치 곰고레 톰바 상지 샤차타파 곰고레 제나 코란소 테즈 테 강르데 요지레 대인나 되니 아주 돈라 상라 된지라 따고 그래서나 대스이나 당림치 답거래 고솔라이나 대저 답디부요사리 대 마이나 아주 되니 추바 있나야 되니 당부 값을 된지시나 저거래.
This very simple shamatha approach where we focus on any object in front of us, such as a stone or a piece of wood, etc., has been criticized by some Tibetan monastic practitioners who claim that this is not a good kind of meditation. But in actual fact, it is beneficial and appropriate, especially for people who are just beginning with meditation practice. It's very simple, it's very convenient, and in addition to this, there are these days in the West, in America, many practitioners say of mindfulness meditation in particular. And among this very large number of practitioners, there are people with religious faith, people without religious faith. And if we were to insist with shamatha meditation that everybody meditate on the Buddha or Guru Rinpoche or another similar deity, then it may be difficult for people to accept. So that is why the stone or a wood or some other kind of neutral object is a good place to start, and actually quite regardless of whether a person is Buddhist or not, as a beginning meditator, this is a useful way to begin this kind of meditation.
Teni nipaat kangareza nga so la gomgore la gomyate pena teni tombasan je shakchat payenare sharizgi nare ta dorji sewa gain nan jigre teni gal ha teni tangkha teni yakboz sosorang ngula syam teni tingola ndingne teni nignipo teni tangkha tela teni tani teni shine semyang teni la teni thgar la thgan dela semgo teni Tagatela tini simta naang jikore, yana laga tini di mama niga tini jikudela tini mansamze tini karbo orzo tangkaga tola jabyo gore, tela simta ni, tela mukta ni, tini dagna chokore tini, yanrambo tini shina tini simnang la sarwo yung gore. Simnang la sarwo yung tarwi jini, tini tangkala tanyang gamare, tangkala marta ni simnang la yopi tini tangkate laga tini harkate la sar, tela simta ni, tini delu. Jene gomluk shigore te nga so ndo nala yo ndo parshin tak ba nala te pe payon chimbo yon sone song yore te nga so ngak nala yore teni te nga so sangak kirim gomsir te yang te tangbo kapsa teni gom gore te pe payon yon chimbo re teni gomluk chiga yore ze te gomluk nipa te re jene gomluk.
And another shamatha meditation practice is one where we do use an image of a deity. It could be any deity, whether it be the Buddha or Shenresig or Vajrasattva. It doesn't matter. In any case, we can take a small tanka and place it in front of us and focus our mind and our eyes with great concentration on the image in front of us, at the place at the heart of the deity, or either at the place between the deity's eyebrows, and focusing single-pointedly like this, we gain a very clear capacity to visualize this deity. And when we have reached a sufficient level, then it's no longer necessary for us to rely on the tanka, and we are able to then bring to mind the image of the deity ourselves. This kind of meditation method is described in both the sutras and in the tantras, and in fact generation stage visualization practice in the Vajrayana tradition begins off with this kind of training. So these are two different shamatha meditation techniques.
Tani tangkati chechung kandis gogorezina tani sormuj ngaso gomgyamkin korang rang tani chongchong tani sormuj yanchut tani chembo innam zhigang zegre tani indi partela zhigang zegre tani zhigang manchut sormuj yanchut o tani ga tangka tindire mato danga chundi nala yongkenda tindire tangka chimbo de latana de yakboyo mare de rumo chimbo rumo rakpa tindra latana tini sim tindi tatab go mare sim par tini jamdo gore namtok mambo keong gore tini chongchong lata go gore yang hajang chongsona yang tini mokr go mare te na sormo ji yanchota tini zhigang manchu tindi iz lata go gore tangka de la ramni che go gore ramni yakbo shine tindi shine tini mukta de.
So in terms of the size of the tanka that we can use for the second type of shamatha meditation, it should be in size not too small and also not too big. So it can be anything from a length of 4 fingers in width, or up to a length up to half an arm span, the length between one's hand and one's elbow. Anything bigger than this, such as the size of the tanka on the walls here, would be too big. The details or the size of the picture would be too much to focus on in any detail, and so many distracting thoughts would arise. By the same token, if the tanka were too small, then we wouldn't be able to see it. So it's necessary to find an image that's the right size.
Tate ni bateri teni sambata kangrezina teni ngazo sadang doda shangla yang ta mare tangka la yang ta mare kangla yang ta mare teni sem korang la tani jani drip kore te jani drip sar sangma nani zangshu derezi.
So we've got the first method, which is to focus our attention on some kind of neutral object. The second method, which is to focus our concentration on a deity image. And then the third type of shamatha technique is one where we actually use the mind to look at itself, to focus on itself. And of the different shamatha meditation techniques, this one is the best.
다 디 값을 드는 가소라 다른 탑시 잠바 가시고 그래 탑시 잠바 때 가서 다 심니비 탑그 제야 된지 송여래 너나라요 나가나라요 다대배 용다 침보 망보즈드니 송자요 레데나 디나니 가서 다레 당보 바이나더니 탐실고 말이 디나니 참마도 고면도 되나 되니 심니비 탑그 나니 되니 나마 심디고 그래.
So for this kind of shamatha meditation technique, it's also necessary that we have concrete methods or concrete techniques for being able to focus our attention on our mind. And in respect of this, the 9 methods for taming the mind, which are contained in both the sutras and in the tantras too, are a source of instruction in this area. Of course, the full 9 of them, they're very complicated. In terms of the explication on it, it's quite in-depth. However, for our purposes as beginners, people starting off, the first 3 of these 9 methods are really what we need to be working with.
어떠니 정리 검력들이 씀 요비 나네 되니 가서 대랑 되니 정리 검서
So today what I would like to explain are the first 3 methods of the 9 methods for taming the mind.
teni ta sambadi kangrezena teni ta sim korangla tani teni ta dribgore.
Okay, so looking at the mind is the method that's going to be is what is going to be taught today, and 3 methods in respect of this.
Hoya ta teni sambadi kangri gorezena tante simji simla tani jane gomsrte teni lama mafam kimchi mafam jamso go teni songanala teni jane gomsrte ni nyonyong tabde bo teni yore te yakshu te res.
And insofar as these 3 methods are concerned, Mupam Rinpoche has given a very clear and concise teaching on this in his writing.
Tate ngatsu teni te nyamselena teni nyanlin tabdibu ti tere mauto bashirtang teni semla tani jane gomserte ngatsu lama mafam chibu mari teni boga lama mambu teni songyore.
Aside from Lama Mupam, of course, there are also many other lamas who have given teachings on this.
Aya tate kandi che gogre zena tangbo ngatsu tari kongla shapa jinda tangbo ngarantso teni li namnang chuden che gogre teni longro sar gogre so changma shi shangshim shok da semki te so changma te teni thun jadna ti thun gi ngonro ze gre ngatsu gum gyapi ngonro teni shawale ka changma le teni tin jigla gum gyap gogre te ina ta te so ngatsu 대랑양 오초시나 디츠 요사 말에 다다 수수 파르치와 시지레 파르치와 마시나 다른 갈리 로종시나 지그레 때나 가수 다리 저니 검스고 무즈고마 대샤게 마토테니 팅몬조 어테니 때리 남낭 추든 시선자오도 수샤금은스.
So as preparation for this practice, it's necessary for us to first adopt the 7 meditation postures, to expel our stale breath, and to make an aspiration of bodhicitta. These are the preparatory things that we need to do at the beginning of every meditation session. Because of the fact that we don't have a lot of time today, I'm not going to go into I'm not going to be able to explain these stages. I will presume that everyone has some familiarity with them, and what I will teach directly about is instead the actual shamatha meditation technique.
Oya teni ta ngaso simla teni tani jani gomsir ka kabla teni ngaso sim ni pi thap gog na ga tangbo simde laglin la deb gogre te laglin ga thoni te yol gogre.
So when we are engaging in shamatha meditation, it is necessary that we apply the first 3 of the 9 methods of taming the mind.
Teni te samboti nani tangbo ngaso njokpa zia tere sim nyambar njokpa zia te tangbo laglin che gogre.
And the first thing that we need to do is apply the first of these methods, which is placement of the mind.
Tenin jokbazi ade kandis la zegre zenade ngaso sim gnang ngaso namtok de teni par shapa mambo matang korang sir logni teni korang rang jangla teni nyamnyong shi nyamsum yong go re mato ba ngaso namtok ngarang ga namtok de kangja rindu denji rindu seni teni samlo tangna yang samlo rindu re teni ka mate namtok rindu re ka mareze teni korang ga 강진도 다 약본도 좀 득본도 된지 삼로 마땅 요야 데 거랑 그 냠용 그거니 냠슴용니 거랑 그 나랑 그 되니 셈데 간디랜드 삼니 냠용 그거니 되니 냠슴용 거래지 냠용 그거니 용거래 마또 삼로 땅야 데 말이지.
So in terms of placement of the mind, in applying this technique or this method, what we need to do is use the mind to experience itself. So we shouldn't be investigating or looking analytically into the nature of our thoughts to see whether they're good thoughts or bad thoughts, or looking into trying to understand analytically what they're about. Rather, we are approaching our minds experientially in order to gain insight into them.
Teni nyamnyong ta teni namtok tokshut 남쪽 그래. 남쪽 등이 캬버가래제나 배나가서 장스잖아. 장스 찌가 돌아 자나. 등이 찌 코랑랑 그 등이 루 그니 코랑 그 냠숨 용디어래. 띠띠 값승아 저거 남쪽 거때 코랑 마르오리 삼난자. 때 코랑 마루 마리 삼난자. 주 삼난자. 남쪽 코랑 그 간디 삼난자. 찌 코랑 그 돌아 등이 루 좋아 등이 요래. 와야 등 마루 좋아 되어래. 데라 냠용세 그래.
So we can understand this idea of directly experiencing something by using the example of tasting something sweet like honey. In this situation, when this sweetness touches our tongue, then we experientially know the taste of sweetness. It is not necessary to be told, this is sweet, that's not sweet. This is in fact not an effective way of having us understand what sweetness is. Rather, when we experience it directly, then we know.
Tani namtokte kangarjena namtokte otande ngaro rendu ngarote yakpore ngarote digpore tani ngarote ge lipola phangre ngarote ge lipola nokre ngarote yangna jangsi rendu yangna oma rendu yangna tini jambaz rendu samni tindi go ne samlo mambo tangdeya tela tani namtok zegren.
However, if we were to be thinking about the taste of sweetness, deciding whether it was tasted good or tasted bad, whether it was good for us or not good for us, whether the sweetness was the taste of honey or the taste of milk, then this would be understanding honey using a discursive thought, through using discursive thought.
Tani pena chi ina tini chi nyugma tini reona chi gana la ti sakata tini yoni chi nyugma tini yena tani ko te jagna tini kale tini chi de tangmo re tini sa ti so mar kubla sone tini chi de tangmo chagum gore.
For example, if we were to take the example of turbid water that had earth poured into it, then it would be very unclear for a period of time until the earth settled to the bottom, and then at this point the water would become clear and transparent.
Deni te dangaso semnika chikpa ndapore semganang la ka te namtok mangbo ke deyo na deni kale shene deni tela namtok chumthni mangbo yang chikjila chik tendi ma shene de tez sa zone tendi nduna teni ko kale mar teni njambore ne teni jima teni ta namtok to so menken teni nyamnyong chikbu te yongken teni ko thola lebyon gore.
And it's the same with our minds. We start off in a state where there are many different thoughts arising, but by sitting quietly, it's possible for these thoughts to become increasingly less until we find ourselves in a state where there are no thoughts arising.
Benangaso jamso nangla tini rlungte me pare sona tini rlungte me sona tini lap jamso lap te me pare te chite yo lap te me pare tini changmo te dang chi banda bore.
So when there's no wind, for example, then we don't see waves on the ocean. We have the still surface of the water, but no waves.
Oda ti kapse tini ta nga so tini journée simlata ni journée de zevi kapse tini nga so simte khorang nyamnyung ko kandi ziem ba ha ko yo na tini ti thola tini ndgo re ma to ba shapa jamni te ngarang ga sim yensa re te ngarang ga sim yensa mare te ngarang ga sim ti tindi zindu tindi shapa jamna tini yang nyamnyung de me pa chang do re shapa ti tsawa ni par igo re.
So when we are practicing shamatha meditation, we need to directly experience and directly abide in the experience of our own mind. We shouldn't be analytically investigating the nature of our thoughts, trying to understand if they're this way or that way. We need to be experientially abiding in the state of our mind, however it is.
Oda tini kabna tani nyamnyung chikpo to tini jila lak tani ti namtok te so par meba changni tini re yong kapse tini kandi zi yore zena tani mukaz 통나 초거리 나와가 자양 통나 초거리 되니 상마 열이다 이낭 샘그 나란 남쪽들이 매바시네 베나 샘 코랑 찍고 되니 당무제고나 베나 시른다 보제 베나 베즈장나 베나 되니 가서 시르라타나 시낭 상마 파라 되니 통대그래 베나 된다 보시니 남쪽 코랑 남쪽만 보는 맹켄 되니 냠뇽는 되니 샘그 되니 냠뇽 용켄 샘든 디즈레 삼반다고 되니 용켄 대다로 적바 침보다 대수시하고요 말아 가서 샘든 되니나 건시시하고요 대라 건시세 그래 되니 그때니 잠부 되니 그나라 되니 내용 그래지.
So when we are able to bring our minds to a state of calmness where thoughts are no longer arising and we are experiencing our minds directly, then we should simply abide, rest in this state. And through doing so, we will be, even though our eyes will continue to see and our ears will continue to hear, discursive thoughts will not arise following these things. And so we will be able to see the mind clearly. And in saying this, I am not describing a particular dzogchen state of practice. I'm actually just talking about what the mind is from the point of view of common knowledge.
Then tola lebsongwi kapse then simti titola jernin jogore ngaso khagzena simti tola jerzeni tindi zegreta tindi joksata jonkin tindi niyo mareze koran tindi rangjin titola nena tindi telan jogba ngaso simni pi tab gognani jogba zigida tindi re ngoma shana pena ngaso chalak chik tandi chalak ta titola para jerzera ndo tindi zela sikti tindi zre Dendi ngaso semti titola jogo rezini tindi zezegureta 동그 토란 적사다 되니 작용사가 셈찍다 되니 양 아랑초 되니 장큰 그 셈찍다 되요 말에데 셈코랑 되니 그 랑진 되니즈레 송데 되니 티토라 니니 데나 되니 데라 되니 셈그 토라 작제그레 데라 셈지 셈라 따제그레스.
So by resting in this state of stillness, this is what we refer to as placement of the mind. And even though we use the verb placement, actually it's not a case of there being a placer and a thing to be placed, or a placer and a place where the thing to be placed is placed. Ultimately, this is a natural state of the mind experiencing itself. There is no sense of one thing placing something on the other. Nevertheless, we do use this terminology.
Tati tola lebiati ngaso gum jamni ti tola tindi lebji yore. Yana pena ngaso rungum thombo tindi la ndrone rungum thombo tindi yona tindi rungum thomba la ndrone tez ndugna tindi yang tindi tola tindi sim tindi zg tola yang sim tindi sarwo yo no yo denken namtok mambo no kink ke menken tindi korang sim korang tindi sarwo shini de dendu samba pena ngaso ch tindi ch na la tindi sata doda tindi mepi kapse tindi martana korang cấp yanch ch tangmo de suna la tim thongya tindi duwa korang tindi changman thong denken o tindawo tindi ge sim korang o ngarang ge sim tindi re samba dawo tindi go no go denken tindi namtok mambo no menken 고기 드는 냠뇽고 고대 용켄 어다 딘디즈 베나 용거리 따테 갑갑성 아서 른톰보드 순골란 존에 데즈 등나요 딘디즈 용거리.
So if we engage in this practice, particularly if we sometimes go into the mountains, up to a mountaintop and engage in this practice, then we may find ourselves arriving at a state of great stillness, of great equanimity, where no thoughts are arising, where the mind is in a very calm and in a very pure state, like water, where all the earth is completely settled to the bottom, and then the mind is very clear, very limpid, and we are able to see what it is actually like.
Tani kap seneng aang so pe na jigni sholola jigni o tini pe yang na la yang na tang to so la jigni ha lepa tini tang chadni tini ta tele chawa ni jig matu wa tini is la lepine kamna tini pangtok la par 탕찬니 딘디 시정 셈라직 답잖아 디디 양 딘디 그 돌라 렘네 데데요레 셈코랑 랑진지 디돌라 송네 랑진지 코랑티 돌라 렘네 데데요레
It's also possible that if we run very fast across a flat surface or up a hill, we push ourselves into the point where we can't run any further, and then we throw ourselves on our back and take a rest, that our mind will automatically also arrive at this kind of state.
대 갑갑성아서 양한테니 총춤 총란자 tani mi mambo garjab de yosa zakang ja tso onalan zone ma tsama garjab de desa so rang yang garjab ne ti shini da de pikaps garde nga zo ti kaps chan te ongan de ndgo gre sambati chan sona ti kaps te ndug na de ni yang shikta na so rang simla shikta jana de ni yang kimser de ni yang shlola na pe de ni je ta gar mambo yong ke yang nangla na hal le pa de ni je then jamboreni de yongken tindi karma shekhanda karma chingda tindi layang tindi thola lebno.
It's also possible if we go into a very noisy and bustling space like a market, etc., where there's a lot of noise going on, a lot of clatter, that by bringing our mind back to this kind of practice, that we may also have a kind of experience for perhaps a very short time, just a second or even gamare gachare.
Gacha, mia.
Yeah, for 1 second or perhaps just half a second.
Karmachik, 1分钟.
Or let's say for 1 minute or for half a minute of great calmness and quietness in our own minds, even though there is so much noise and bustle going on around us.
Ateni kapkapsanga so jongom tombolanjo jablogni parnyama sharwene kamna perna ngaso sachen dinra bo namkha yakbo yosatindi yenna tani namkha latani tindi dungna angkorang tindi thola lebro.
Or, for example, in a place like this where the sky is very nice and blue and clear and there is good sunlight, we can go to a mountain top and find ourselves being able to meditate in this state too.
Tani tikabla ngaso nyamnyung tikab ka ngaso nyamnyung te zogba chimbo yige ta tani shakja chimbo yige te solatana ti yige te sunala zogba chimbo ta shakja chimbo.
And this kind of state is very similar to states that are described in the scriptures of the Mahamudra and Dzogchen traditions.
And
there are a lot of people who don't really know too much about meditation, who think that they are practicing some kind of Dzogchen state. But in actual fact, this isn't Mahamudra practice, it's not Dzogchen practice, this is Shamatha practice. It's also possible that by working a really hard day of 10 hours until you're exhausted and then coming back home and flopping on your couch, that your mind might find itself reaching this state too. And this is not a Dzogchen state either. It's just called going into a daze.
Yeah.
And whilst this is the case to start off with, this is what we need to do. Our first step is this. And then from our second step and subsequent steps, then we can progress towards Mahamudra and Dzogchen practice.
Teni ti nyamnyung te par gin kyang ne te zindik otomoto ta go re. Teni gin kyang tangbo nyamnyung ti tokla lem ro di. Teni nyamnyung ti tok ne namtok mambo machi ne ti tokla te zindik na. Teni te sim ne pa tab go na ga tangbo. Teni njokba zega te teni zila zega re. Tele jamba nga so sim la ta ne jirne gomsar te pe le labore tele jamba chichi yo mare. Samja chichi yo mare sam nyang yo mare. Ti kapsa teni tindi nyamnyung zega tokla lep sona. Ta ti tokla de otomoto ta go re. Ti tokla de jangna ten njokba zega re.
So when we find ourselves having or arriving at this kind of very calm and still meditative experience, we seek to continue this state or seek to continue to abide in this state. And this is what we refer to as the first of the 9 practices of taming the mind, the placement of the mind.
Tani ta ti tola tomer ti tola lep charti tani ta jin thne te zindigo to mo ta go re tani jin thne tani ti thone mar mon thne de ya tela tani nga so sem ni pi thap go na ne ni ba jin den jok ba ze re jin den jok ba ze na tani tari tangbu ti tola je yo re tani ti thone yang nam tok mambo mayong wa che ti jin te mar jin kyang ne te zindigo to mo ta na tela sem ni pi thap ni ba
So this process or method of seeking to continually abide in this state, so after we have arrived at this state of calmness and equanimity, to seek to and make effort or not make effort to abide in this state is what we refer to as the second method for the taming of the mind, the continual placement of the mind. So the continual attempt to abide in this restful state is the continual placement of the mind.
Teni nga tsum mangbo zika teni ta sim ka sim la tani jane gom go re sim chin jok go re zina mangbo zika go yo mar ze sim jok kanglan jok go re teni din la pe na nga so se martak ban raw tindi gomna na ta khorang go gomya tindi saro zo tindi matsin da martak bare samne tindi samlo tang go re te saro re tani sim tindi gombi ne kam nan jok go re ze nan jok di tolan jok go di tang la jok go re ze tindi ni chi chi song yo mare ta kari jok go na samne me mambo go yo mare ze nga chu pe na sim la teni ti jerne shertang nga chu pe na jok pa sim ni pi thap go na ni jok pa ze ya te pe na jamba martak ba gomba ra tindi na le la te sarwo re nga zo pe na che martak ba re teni jiktin da martak ba re samni tindi sam go re te na sarwo re re te da nga zo sim go tola jak go re zina na tini ta gandhi jeni jak go yo mambo z ha go yo mare ze jak go sa gang yin da teni gang jak go yin gandhi jak go yin te mambo z shi yo mare ze.
Many people are actually unsure. They don't know in how to go about placement of one's mind in shamatha meditation practice. In terms of other contemplative meditation practices, such as contemplation on impermanence, etc., then it's clear the subject or the topic that we need to place our mind on or place our contemplation on. Insofar as shamatha meditation practice, when we talk about placement of the mind, however, many people are unsure about where it is we place it, what it is we're placing it on, how we go about placing it.
Jimson Cherizena Tanga to Simti Titola Jagore, Samditini, Siktila Teni or Tati, Jasatin, the Gojere, Jasas Gojere, Tenin, Jokingangato, Sims Gojere, Sam de Pena, Narangateni, Ta, Jokin Aranga Lakbare, Teni Jaketan de Chisun Dere, Jasati Joksetola Jagore, Oya, Tatendinda Bosam Netening Aranga Simre, Jasari, Tendis Gojere, Sam Netendis Yojere, Samsondi, they are Teniti Tony Chundores.
Many people have the mistaken idea that there is a mind that needs to be placed on something, like my hand placing this watch on the table. They have this understanding of what placement means, but this is in fact not true. This is an erroneous understanding.
Tini tati thola nyamnyung ti thola sarbo nyamnyung tadi ngaso kongla shat sar nyamnyung ti thola tini ti thola ndung na Tila njokbaze gre, tila jamba go mare, jamba yo mare, go mare.
So when we abide in the experience of the mind, as we were talking about before, then this in itself is placement. There's nothing additional that needs to be done.
Teni nipata teni ngacho sem nipi thab nipata teni gendon jokbazina ti gente te tsmar thut otomoto ta karma ninja, karma samdra, karma ngandra, teni te rangbondu otomoto taya tela teni gendon jokbaz gre.
And when we see whether we can continue or extend this state of experiencing the mind for a period of, say, 2 minutes or 5 minutes, then this attempt to continue this state of mind is what we refer to as continual placement of the mind.
Teni gen jognati kapsateni yang aso hal lipa go tornang tragosa teni te tapshi ni ore ta te ngaso lakchata pena ngwarwa choina kamba gnjini teni thowa go gyab gre ta tenja bo teni lakchati kapsa ni yogo lakcha ni ore te halipa karchimbori ti kaps pesho tango re.
And in engaging in the practice of continual placement, it's important that we have two tools at our disposal. Tools, just like we were building a house, a hammer or something like this, these are very indispensable to us.
And
these two tools go by the names of mindfulness and awareness.
Teni chambate kala zegre kandishi ni pesho tango gore zena teni ngaso sim ta ngaso kongla sha charwa tere sim khorang teni ta namtok mambo menken teni jirni ngala nene teni de yo nerkubna teni sim khorang te ti thola te sim go khorang te tang kham after ti thola de yo na teni chamba zegre chamba ji sim ganane jidne penangacho ndirizegonda penangacho kharsanga tondagzena nge changendu zena te khorang sem ganala tarong te yopatila chanse gre tange chang mundu zena te khorang sem ganane mepa chaksona tela jamba matamba tindizegdo tenja pore tindi indi ngacho gum kang jabna yang teni gum jabya ga tunte teni sem ganala teni yona tela jamba zegre tela jamba yo mare.
So in terms of mindfulness, when we abide in a state of calmness without thoughts arising, and we are mindful of the fact that we are in this state, then this is what we refer to as mindfulness. Mindfulness we use in a lay sense to mean when we have something in mind. For example, we say something, if we're thinking about something yesterday, then we have it in our mind, we're mindful of it. If we forget it, if we don't have it in mind, then we're not mindful of it. So mindfulness in respect of meditation is when we have clearly in our mind what the object of our meditation is.
Teni nipati teni shivjin re teni shivjin da kandi pesho tango zena teni shivjin ti khoranga teni ta nge gom teni jamni de yo pine kamna teni khoranga shivjin ga teni ta ne ta ngaranga gom te teni ta ti thola den du ta mandu jambaz teni yang sam gandu ta mandu nam tok jambaz ke gandu ta mandu.
And with awareness, we're really talking about a mind that checks or keeps an eye on, is monitoring whether or not we are continuing to abide in a state of calmness, whether we're thinking about other things, whether there are thoughts arising. This is what we refer to as awareness.
Teni shivjin ke yang aso gum jamni deo pine kamna yang aso ta nge gum yakbore ke undu ngarang ka nam tok mangbo ke undu ta gum tin rukundu ta mandu samni tendi samjagna teni korang nam tok re sarje teni korang samkhen te korang nam tok re tendi mare je shivjin ke tendi she ji mare teni shivjin ke gyarta she gore gyarangbo ni par teni taya ma tok ba teni tendi ke teni chunglan jone ta gandi rendo ta gum jab gandu ta mandu tendi samjagna teni korang gum yakbo jab go na yang par chigro re tendi chokmares.
So in terms of awareness, we don't mean thinking, am I staying in a state of calmness? Am I thinking about other things? Are any thoughts arising? If we were to take this approach, then this would be essentially arising just more thoughts. This is not what we mean by awareness. Awareness is where we keep watch from afar. We keep check from afar as to the state of our meditative experience.
Teni ti kapsatini njokpa tso teni zong tso anda wo she go so ni te song yo re zin njokpa ga zong tso wa ta lug tso wa teni lug ta zok kan din tso go re zina teni lug ta zok te tso teni sa za ji yo sa tina par gyam ni teni chongken te khorang ga jangrang bo ni par ta ni teni kanro kongro ta ni teni ta go re ma to teni nye tong lan ro ni yarte marti teni shina teni zok ta lug te tso deng ma re ze jangrang bo ni ta go ten da bo she go so yo re.
So awareness is also likened to the way that herders should go about grazing their sheep and their cattle. They should set them out to pasture, and then they should keep an eye on them from afar. If they were to go right up beside them and try to keep an eye on them, then the sheep and the cattle would probably run away. They wouldn't stay in one place.
Ta America lukta teni New Zealand te lukta to da go samare charang na la jaja yori.
But this is not necessary for sheep in places like America or New Zealand because they are enclosed within fences.
Teni sherdang aso teni go teni ta te nyamnyung ko thoni kanji go rezena teni sem te aso teni ne te khorang go sem te la nipa te yore khorang jambo shini nyambar jagne dejita teni khorang yakbo zun de yota me te khorang go nyamnyung ko go re ma to ba nam to ko ya te mares.
So the mind does have this capacity to be able to check itself or monitor itself in an experiential way. So when the mind is resting in a state of equanimity, it's possible for it to experientially keep an eye on the situation or the state that it's in without doing so in a way that involves discursive thought.
Pena ngarang mukatini tasadi ngarang di metong de la tana oya Tandi muka ndi yefsho ta yon shoko muso yandu mandu tindi yota me tindi tagona nge ye ta yon ta tindi mashina ya muka meto la tana tindi mugzir nika tina mendo ndu ta mendu tena mendo ndu ta mendu ti shoko muso yarlang ndu ta mendu ti shoko muso yarlang ndu ta mendu ti parta serta tindi mashina mugzir katana tindi nyambar jagna te hako reze o te nda bozu goni namtok ke ndu ta mendu. So
it's just like if I were to have my gaze focused on these flowers in front of me, I would be able to see from my peripheral vision whether or not there were people beside me, whether they were standing up or whether they were sitting down. It wouldn't be necessary for me to turn my head left or right to check what was going on. I could just keep my eyes in front of me on the flowers, and I would already be able to see through my peripheral vision what was happening.
Teni yang ngaso yang teni jangsul tsukbazi ne teni yang zeore sorta zina pena omakana ne teni janda teni yonggendu ta mendu tangkin pena magerdana mak garjabiona teni gang te sola teni memambo teni ja yonggendu ta mendu khoso tagore tela sorta zere teni sorta angken so teni jangrambo la teni jada tiso yonggendu ta mendu khoso tagore khoson chilandu ni ta mari jangrambo ni yongmeyo tagore te dang rapo sine ngaso shoksini gomjamne teni shivjin ti te khoranga namtok che ndu ta mendu teni zirk teni nyamnyung ko ya ma to ba o ta nga namtok che mendu ta ndrkendu teni sanna te khorang namtok re.
So we can also describe this kind of watch that we keep on our minds during this kind of meditation experientially through the metaphor of a military watchman who keeps eye on, who from an encampment from afar keeps an eye on whether there are enemies approaching, and this is not something they do at close hand, they do this from some distance. So in this way, in our meditation, we need to, through a kind of peripheral in a peripherally experiential way, keep check of the state of our meditation. We don't do this through checking through thoughts. Is this what's happening? Is that what's happening? We maintain this watchfulness in an experiential way.
어떠니 대sem니바 탑거나니 당보다 니바 니급데라 더니 잠바다 시진니가 되니 lalin tar서거더니 남장 땡디지레 가서 빼차거나라 mambo 송여래다 저어디서 냠뇽거 약보스 걸고래 마토바 냠뇽거 통네 약보스 마고나 더니 빼차거나라 mambo 송여래다 저어디니 고아 간디질링고나 lalin 간디지 탑고나 빼시까보레지.
So what we've just described are the first two methods for taming the mind out of the 9. And in relation to these, we've also looked at the 2 tools at our disposal for assisting the placement and continual placement of the mind. And they are mindfulness and awareness. Of all the complex writing on shamatha meditation, all of this is ultimately very difficult to grasp what its meaning is without putting it into practice. So experiential practice of shamatha meditation is very much needed.
아다더니 셈네비 탑 얼거나니 더니 선바 더니 란틴족 바지야 되디 디캅섬 코그레.
So then we come to the third of the 9 methods for taming the mind, and that is repeated placement.
Then lantin jok bazena dondak kare rezena pena ngacho namtokte da chikkarma chigni tendis matok bateni le tambo bateni dethab kumare teni ya langsang koran namtokteni shikte yongore zeteni namtokte kene ya namtok mambo keyongore di kaps teni ngacho lamsang hago gore ta onga namtokteni keyeng sambade hago gore teni hagoni oda namtokde munteni namtok yenan dugmare samne teni yang koran jangrang bola manjwa shine teni yang laryang teni namtokde ngacho namtokde ser kerione yang koran la muntete teni gum japchi gores.
So for beginners to meditation, being able to abide in a state of calmness is something that is very difficult to do for more than a short period of time, a couple of minutes, say, before thoughts begin to arise again. So when the thoughts begin to arise, what we need to do is to bring them back, to bring our mind back to its object of concentration. And in bringing it back, this is what we refer to as repeated placement.
And there's
something very important that we need to understand at this point. Some people think that when they begin to meditate, they experience so many thoughts arising, and they feel that during meditation, more thoughts arise than they do when they are not meditating. It seems that as soon as they sit down to meditate, then their various discursive thoughts just multiply.
Then teni namtok mambo keng de ta ngarang ko gum jam na ngarang chi yong sa mare ngarang driba chim bo yon sare ngarang dug chi bo yon sare teni nge gum de la ngarang te yon sare yang na ngarang gum te la lemtho yo sa mare teni gum te da nga chin driba yo sa mare ta I shok sam ne teni mambo ko I jak yo re zeti kaps.
And many people at this point become quite discouraged, thinking that they are not suited to meditation, or they're not good at it, or for whatever reason they become discouraged and decide to not continue with their practice.
Teni te ngune te digdib chewe rewezi ne marezi. Teni ngune te korang teni te gum te la teni lemdir me pa lemtho me pa arezi na te marezi. Te mutsangma teni yon rezi. Korang kasam na ngarang chikpa teni yon gare sam gare da te mi jang ka se mashi vi jimtsinji re ma tong mutsangma teni chikpa re te tangbu kapsa tsangma la teni nam tok mambu kye gare. Digdib digba magiwa. 득바다 저바.
However, it's important that everyone know that it's not the case that they have, that this is due to karmic defilement or a lack of karmic connection to meditation, or for any reason like this that they are having this kind of meditative experience. It's actually the same for every single person, and it's only for the reason that they don't understand how their minds operate in a normal situation that they feel this way.
어떤 띠값으더니 남도 할리바만보 깨네더니 다 나랑 고 머게비네 급레장 남도 지망ren 정도와 삼반라고 든지 서로와도 용와디 띠 경선리지 전창 띠 경선리지 가르디 띠값으더니 남도 든지 서로와디 마요나 든지 띠 경선 말이지.
So this feeling when so many thoughts arise like this, a multitude of thoughts arise, the feeling of being discouraged and wanting to stop meditating, in fact, is very normal. This is the normal situation. For someone not to feel like this, in fact, would be quite abnormal.
Then jondur tambo ngaso jondur shipine kabnate changma dinri reze perna Russia pale ziji kareze de drone card trapkin dua de tramkan to so tini kangba changma mari kangba changma tini zug changma tini mari changni tini kanji kable chimbo jab gumduze.
However, everyone who starts off in the beginning of their training is like this. It's like ballet dancers when they begin to dance on point, the sore feet and sore toes that they have, all of their sores and injuries.
Teni ten rapoz keperna janagla teni yang koso karan ramada teni listen ramada gone karan tapji mambore o teso changma yang bu chongchong chusola teni ta kangba ta lakba ta so par changmo shi matamni mutso gati kangba lakba go tola kangba go z girgin so go teni bimo go toni kangba go z bu chongchong so ngoni halipa kable mambo sorgo yortendi jondershi go greze.
So not just the kind of hardships that ballet dancers have to endure in their training. There are also, in terms of people who are training for all kinds of theatre and other kinds of acting and performing professions, have to start off from when they're children. Athletes, for example, they have their arms stretched, or they're not allowed to keep their arms straight. They have their bones broken and reset. And these kinds of very difficult trainings are necessary. In training in this way, these people will ultimately be able to perform in a very good way and be able to achieve very high levels of sports performance. So if it's necessary to train our physical bodies in this way, it's similarly necessary for us to train our minds in this way.
Teni ngaso kang na ta ngarang ka le labos ka teni ndram rore ta te le labos ka mandram na nge te kabli jab ka mun sam ni teni sam kan ta so teni shawa ka kin drab ka mare za ngaso chu de gal drab ta jitin yang drab ka mare ko namjin tham kha kan rore.
If someone thinks along the lines that, I'm only going to do something if it's easy, and if it's a little bit difficult, then I'm not going to do it. Well, this kind of attitude, regardless of whether it's our Dharma practice or in worldly life, is not going to get us very far. We're not going to be able to accomplish anything with this attitude.
Teni kocho ta kabli jab ki ngarang ka di tola ngarang ka kabli jab na ti tondak yore ti rentang dang dambare ti nge kabli kaji jab go na jab ki yun samne teni teni semnangla jabdik yongken to so teni tama chuye nare jiten nare libo go jongdre na semkham go jongdre na te chama khorang teni yabo zum tharshin ro gre.
person who is able to mentally prepare themselves for this kind of arduous training, though, convincing themselves of the value in this training and being prepared to submit themselves to whatever training is necessary in order to reach their final goal, will be able to achieve very good outcomes in their actions or undertakings, regardless of whether it is Dharma practice or worldly activities, physical training or psychological training.
어따띠인딩이 다리고 나가서 가르침 보치 오세야데 강에서 나더니 창마가 샘낭라 잡죽되고 그래 가서 어땅이 당보금 겹이니 금나가 남쪽 지망적으로 나까블리 망보용 거래 당이 파치니 곰세야데 당이 레와요사 마리 삼반다고 딘디 초라양가 용거래 대 용거래 때 나치보 마리 창마라 용거 요래니 인담만다 네더니 때 디 소라 땡에 din tapsup shine tini tele paro garni tangi jarka tini lingo sambaga tini nyangtup ote gum jamkan samala te go re te mena chi yung kumare.
So when I mentioned before the one extremely important thing that we need to be aware of or keep in mind, it was the necessity of mental preparation for meditation practice. Basically being aware that thoughts are going to arise, it's probably going to be difficult, it's likely we're going to want to quit, but that in actual fact it's not just ourselves who might feel this way, this is an experience that everyone has. And by being mentally prepared, being willing to face one's own challenge and to transcend one's own difficulty, then it is possible that we will really achieve victory in respect of our Dharma practice. It's necessary that we have this really strong attitude and courageous mind.
Tendi goni teni gom jamni teni lanti jakpa zikite tere ngaso namtok te pararan rogre tikapsa namtok mambo kegre teni yin rangbo zawane de thab ko mare chongzu tiso tongtong ma to teni nig thab ko mare te namtok te rogre 남쪽 계용 거래. 되니 남쪽 계위 내ርከብ 되니 가서 람상 어당 안 남쪽 되니 계은득 삼바데 하고고 그래 마서 봤더니 디 값스 되니 디 남쪽 계야데 함마고나 되니 거랑 그 리부 곰잡니 되니 등등 요리다. 옛날 남쪽 잠잠 mambo 계니 karma karmab지 되니 그랑라 되니 남쪽 딱딱 나란 존이 돈메 받는 지진도 그래.
So when we are talking about the third of the 9 practices, 9 methods for taming the mind, repeated placement, we are bringing our minds back after they have wandered off. To begin with, it's not likely we're going to be able to abide in a state of calmness for a lengthy period of time. So after a couple of minutes, when our minds have wandered off, we need to be aware that they've wandered off and bring them back. Otherwise, it's possible that for a period of 5 or 10 minutes, our minds may have completely wandered off onto some kind of different types of subjects entirely. And in any case, if this does happen, it's necessary still to bring it back. Bring our minds back.
Teni gaso gom jam kengke mai mangbo la teni te nyamnyong yujireze teni ta namtok kashi ze namtok chongchong kashi de gaso kina ke yona mena zawani go mare te korang namtok mangbo kini teni ro de go yona da ngara so teni yang ngi gom jab ko yo samni teni de yo na donji thone gom ma jib o teni namtok chongchong mangbo kini teni karma teni teyar mar teni yang rambo cholak drone ti tondak me pa teni rendo ore teni ngaso shertang gom jab che chichosing rawo teni ma tok ba yo mari chichoni teni re tinala yang karma nyeshe cholak tang karma sim cholak tang jana teni gom jab ki ngoma ti chi me pa rendo ore te na ti kaps teni ti nam tok chong to so yong da me yong ha go ya de pe karchim bore ti kongken te ngaso tari kona shenken teni so jam ken ti ha go ore ti shivjin ti ha go ore je jambada shivjin ti ha go ore.
So people with experience in meditation will know that sometimes in our meditation we don't notice when, in actual fact, our minds have wandered off, when rather small or subtle kinds of discursive thoughts have arisen and our concentration has wandered. Sometimes this can happen for a period of 10 or upwards minutes, such that we waste a lot of time by not noticing how our minds have wandered off by focusing on these subtle discursive thoughts. So in a period of meditation or a session of meditation of 1 hour or 2 hours, it's possible that through this kind of distractedness we can waste 20 or 30 minutes. So therefore, it's extremely important that we are aware of when our minds do wander off, and the watchfulness or the monitoring capacity here is what we refer to with the term of awareness.
어떤이 영티 값을 따로 가서라 영 락린 라 뎁고야 영 돈다가 영 깔침보 영 잠박식이 오래.
And there's another rather practical thing that is important here too.
대강에서 나가서 곰잡니 되니 다 할리빠가 되니 지심말 저니 나라 니니 약보르니 데데오비네 급스 더니 람상 초짜자고 그래서 남쪽 잠바서 그 과랑금 초 마지비 공네 가서 수소랑거 되니 초짜고 그래.
And this other practical or this other technique is when we find ourselves resting in a state of calmness and equanimity with when no thoughts are arising, to end this state or to cut it, to interrupt it before the next discursive thought arises.
Tani ti kapsa nga so tini gum jamni gum yakpo repi yopi kapsa tini chocha gobi jimsan kare ti gum yakpo re ko yopi kapsa ti mentni gum go mare wezena te mare ze tini yakpo rene ta te tini ta chot dewa tini re chari kapsa tini chaggo re ma rang chaggo re ma to ba ti kapsa rang ma chenna tini kangstar nga so le tangbo ba indi yin rangbo de tab ko mare tini nam tok jamba ko chanjo re nam tok jamba ga mapchit ko ni rang tini chaggo re.
So why is it that we should interrupt our meditation when everything is going very well? We're abiding nicely in a state of calmness and equanimity. Why is it that we interrupt ourselves before the next discursive thought arises? Is this in fact the way that things should be? Well, the reason that we interrupt our thoughts before, or we interrupt this state before the next discursive thought arises, is that as beginning meditators, inevitably we can't remain in this state for a particularly long period of time. It's inevitable that a discursive thought will arise sooner or later to interrupt it. So before this happens, we interrupt it ourselves.
Teningaso bok lama nyamnyung gum nyamnyo yakbo yongken so gare songgo yarezena gumla zangji shego zangji dina ngaso zangbo yakbo zgo tone teni kajini rogo reze ma to dugbu zgo tone kajini sona den de go mareta pena muni korani kapdashina te kapda yakbo sheyone ta kapda nyammo kapda yakbo shi kapteni teni chojawjana teni yang lamsang ne daron kapda shego samne te samba de yongore.
Some very good Tibetan practitioners have said that meditation should be ended when it's in a good state rather than ended when things are in a bad or less than good state. It's the same as having two people having a conversation together. If they end their conversation when it's all going very nicely, then they will then have a subsequent desire to continue their conversation next time.
Teni karte moni kapdashina te kapda yin ramboshi teni tamnyagnyuk momboshet teni chi koji ji me ba teni re sona teni semla sambake yongore teni jima mti kabar javne sho ngani chandong san ro zena da ngan ro menga kum gume teni zegres.
However, if two people are having a conversation with each other and they keep talking for a long period of time until they both say meaningless things or don't have anything meaningful to say, then both of them will start to feel very annoyed and irritated, and next time that one of them calls the other up and says, "Do you want to come out and have some tea and a chat?" they won't want to go.
Oh yeah. Tani ta nga so gom ga nyam nyung yak po yong ka ba si chot che jang na o ta nga nyam nyung pe yak bo shong so nga tarung tin dis go ta yang ne gom jab kan sam ne yang lam sang gom jab kare.
So if in our meditation we interrupt our meditation before the next thought arises, then we will have a feeling of having done well in our meditation, having had a good feeling, and we will also have a strong desire to continue with our meditation and to continue to have this kind of experience.
Oda tendi shi ne nga so gom tangbo japi ne kap teni thong thong gom go gore changa mambo go gore teni gom yakpo lo yong kap se teni te za rambo shi ne changa gom ku gom mar jaya ga changa te za nyong shi gom jaya te za rambo shi na chokore pe da nga so tangbo teni kar mar nga teni chochet tendi shi na te kale yakpo za lo yong na teni kar ma jig jinim chochet teni kar ma changa ga jini teni chisu shekaz ga jila chisu shekaz ga nala ya teni da namtok mambo maki ni de thabya chopche margua teni yongore de kale le labo thone rimji yondr che gore.
So when we're just starting off in our meditation, we should strive to have many sessions or to do many sessions, but for each session to be of a short period of time. So we can start off with sessions of 5 minutes and then gradually work up to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. And when we find ourselves being able to increasingly abide in our state of meditation, then we can gradually increase the period of time that we meditate for in each session. But prior to that, then we should end our meditation session after a relatively short period.
Aya ta te so nga so gom jablik te so nguj tini laglin ngoni tane ga laglin deblik te so res.
So what I've just described is some very practical instructions for going about meditating.
Teni ti kap sa nga so gom japine kam na teni nga so la parchit ni yong gore ti parchit ni pode ha ko gore parchit ni te ona parthak chi shil te yang shi gore.
So in the course of engaging in this kind of meditation, it is likely that we will encounter two kinds of obstacles, and it's necessary for us to know what these are and also how to go about resolving them.
Tani parchit chi te kangre zena nga so gom japne ni pine kam na tani sem go thola teni namtok mambo che mare ta namtok mambo makina teni mara rmugpa sim mugpa ta sim shangwa zena sim tang de nubni ta te zena teni par sim gna la teni chi ta nit roi ta ro nit ngoma nit menken teni nilla da wo teni renken teni ta teni zma to chi goya chi me ba oya sim gna la tangmo me ba rugpa tangmo me ba rugpan thupu thupni teni zire namtok ta mambo yo marta namtok me na yang teni chi sim tangmo ma yong wa teni nit ro kha rabo teni tilan thup zigre ta teni yong gore ta te ko namjin yong gore te nam di pe na nga so tisu ko wang de shina teni sheka gom jabna teni yong gore.
So the first of these obstacles or problems is a state of mental dullness. So this is a state of meditation where we don't actually have many or necessarily any discursive thoughts, but at the same time too, our minds feel very, very dull. We feel that we're in a state that is on the verge of falling asleep.
Teni gongmu nga so yang teni pena gom jabna teni gongzi mamboza o chabarta sha mamboza jin mamboza te gongzi ga taso oman thong na me shida karde oman ra mambon thong teni jonra mambon thong teni shena pho halipa jak che sona teni gom jabna ta teni yongre.
So we can easily feel this kind of dullness in a meditation period of say even within half an hour, and particularly in the evening after we've eaten a big meal, particularly a meal with lots of bread or meat, drunk lots of milk or yogurt or something like this until our stomachs have expanded, then it's rather common that we feel dull in our meditation.
다티 간디시 고르지 딘디 레소나가서 간디 고르지 나더니 직대가서 강박 나라 되니 사차데지 치지고레 페나 고다 고직다 데소파르 시니 되니 카리어 고여 데소파르 시니 강박 나라 사무요나 딥판거레 데시그레.
So one thing we can do to help ourselves in this situation is to increase the light of the place that we're meditating in by opening the doors or opening the windows.
되니 니바데가 저 페나 강박은 난거 되니 조차때 말 지마동 거래 강박나래 때저 정모요나 베나가 약카 조뇽다 되니 시요나 되니 조뇽데 말 때저 정모 돌아 장네 되니 시나 디판 도요래 양나 곰바교요나 곰바 삽삽마동 특부 마교나 디판 도요래.
Or another thing we can do is reduce the temperature of the space that we're meditating in. So if it's in summer, we can perhaps reduce the air conditioning or remove layers of clothing, just wear light clothing.
되니 강박할 때 썩슴라 보든지 용캔스 있나? 되니 티값스 썩 통하고 나란 존이 곰잡나 디판토요레 대좀 토나 판토요레.
It can also be beneficial if you live in a multi-storied house to go to the top story, such as the third story, to meditate.
되니 치장모 강오라 잡고 그래. 치장모 강오라 잡나 디판토요레.
And splashing cold water on your face is also useful.
나티소 탑라모티소레.
These are some easy methods.
나티소 탑시 참아 빼셨다나 다른 지 탑니 되니 가게 판통 메나티니까 되시고제나스.
So what if you've tried all of these things but it just doesn't do anything, you still feel really dull?
되니 곰잡에든 삼죽시고 그래.
Well, in this case, then you should cease your meditation session.
되니 띠값을 다른 양아촌 삼죽 맙시니 어떻게 잡니 인담만다 되니 곰들이 되나 되니 누바 셈라 셈거나라 누바 리니 곰라 삼박 침복해 온 거래.
If at this time, instead of putting on pause our meditation session, we force ourselves to continue, then we'll find our minds becoming resistant to meditation, developing a feeling of annoyance.
되니 셈때 고랑때니 탑시 약보즈시니 되니 늘고 그래 마도 가서 된디 그더니 탑시 약보 고쇼 마시나 되니 셈 고랑 되니 양 지르드그래 그래 자가잖아 판니 된디시 요나 되니 셈거 금자와니 잡 문도 빠든디진도 그래.
So in dealing with our own minds, it's necessary that we use appropriate or skillful means. If we are too forceful with our minds, if we don't use an appropriate method, then our minds will be very rebellious and they won't be willing to engage in further meditation.
나랑서 곰잡사가 칸바디 묶으르고나 영나 곰잡사가 득사디 묶으르고나 셈거나라 마치빠 되니 셈거나라 선바키야 된디 용이 고르고비어레.
It's possible that we might find ourselves in a state where just seeing the place where we usually meditate or seeing this cushion that we usually sit on makes us feel very annoyed and fed up. So for this reason, it's not okay to force ourselves and compel our minds to do something.
어때시그랬더니 니바디 빠친 니바디 강아지나더니 곰잡이네 갑갑서 당보니 곰잡이네 겁니 남쪽 망보키니 되니 자와니 말 되니 저네가 돌아 용 못도바 되니 요레스.
The second challenge or obstacle or problem that we typically encounter is one where so many thoughts are arising, such a multitude of thoughts are arising that we just simply aren't able to bring ourselves to a state of calmness.
Shetang atsu tini le tangbo pala namtok mambo kegre te chig muksar chig mari te yori ta te yang mayin bachi lakpar tini namtok mambo kini jene ga tokla chungzi te yang yung ka yung matapa tini korkab tini yoris.
So we're not talking here about the usual situation that beginning meditators find themselves in, where their minds are full of distracting thoughts. We're talking about a particular situation aside from this or separate from this, when one is just simply not able to bring one's mind into a state of stillness.
Tani namjin tini nyama takbar tini yenna tani te sem ka natul marezi te lipu thola tini nad yovi tagres.
If this is something that persists for many days on end, then actually this isn't an issue in our minds. It's probably one related to our physical bodies, and so we need to approach it from the point of view of healing a sickness.
Te ngaso zama zaligta tani lipo gurchut jabligta yana tani salmon pena bogan mandata tani jag manganala zhongyi nala tani man kajin tongna tani lipo thola tani pan toyongore ti tobki sem yaboyongyala te pan toyore te ma to bangaso pena num ga takarala baganala tani lekaleni te na yaboyomares.
So we can go about resolving this kind of situation by adjusting our food, or by having some kind of medical treatment for our body, by taking Tibetan medicine or Chinese medicine. It's possible by relying on these therapies that we'll be able to resolve the problem. In any case, it's not appropriate to take Western medicine that simply just cures the problem directly by working on the mind.
那镇定剂这个叫镇定剂。镇定剂是什么呢？怎么说呢？镇定剂就是一种药啊。아마거나 작나 더머도 너나 배나 언니만 따와 아미에요 따와 드리고 거라데 드리고 거라 만보여래 셈 딘통장나데 셈 마라 딘디 셈 남통만 뭐 맞기야 딘디
like taking suppressant medication. This is not good to take suppressants. Please don't take them. Making adjustments to one's food and dietary intake is much better.
Teni kangba nala zhut chimbo yo bada, teni kangba na kangba ola sone gomjabna tari gongla shapati so dokshok tisu de la pangres.
And also other simple steps we can take to resolve this are the opposite kinds of things to what we just spoke of in relation to mental dullness. So we can increase the temperature of the space we're meditating in, put on more clothes, go to a lower story of our house to meditate, and so on.
다티소 탐집 것더니 판통매나 더니 양 검자야 되네 그 삼족시네 더니 님반동야다다 샹차라다다 개와전드나 된저 그래서.
But if we try doing all of these things and it doesn't come to anything, then for the time being again we can put aside our meditation session and engage in some other kind of practice, such as recitation of mantras or prostrations.
야, 다티 저니 곰르그레스, 티 저니 곰르 텐지 라테니 테니 셈 저니 응ala 네네 셈가 나라 나토 잠바카케 메파시니 텐지 응ani 테니 파바샤레즈 곰 테니 파바샤레즈 그 테니 님바 장나 티 저니 응ani 파바샤레즈 그 님바 장르그레스.
So by abiding in this state of equanimity and stillness, and meditating on Chenresig and reciting his 6-syllable mantra, this is Chenresig practice based on shamatha meditation.
아테니 ngaso tisoko tola tonjondo tanang ngato chatete teyen teni langtonggogo니 ngaso nimbadrangli te ngaso shudro teni te ngoto shekin.
So this brings us to the end of this morning's teaching session, and in the afternoon session we're going to look at Chenresig practice based on Vipassana or insight meditation.
Tu benzo le